Hello ladies, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome. I hope you are here to stay. My name is Tanya and I make lifestyle videos, mommy videos, all types of videos. So if you're not subscribed yet, make sure you hit the subscribe button and click on the bell to get notified every single time I upload. Okay, so let's just go ahead and get started with the video. All right ladies, so today I'm going to be talking to you guys about ovulation. I'm going to show you guys the ovulation progression line, and I wanted to make sure I got this out for you guys because I know you guys have been asking. I know you guys have been wanting to see this video, and so I apologize that I'm going to have to film this video in my car once again, but we have so much going on in my house right now. We're installing carpet in the baby's room, and we moved everything out of his room, and it's like everything is out of the living room and the kitchen, and it's like a mess, and there's a bunch of people there. So I just felt like there was no way I was going to film this video there. So I'm once again filming in my car. And so yes, just a quick disclaimer and apologize for that. Okay, so it has been a while. Well, I mean, I say it has been a while because the last time we spoke, it was about 2 weeks ago, and I haven't posted, so I feel like I've been gone forever because I was posting every week. But I'm planning my son's birthday party. It's actually this week. Oh my god. Malfunctions already. But I'm planning my son's birthday party. It's actually this weekend. So this week is going to be super hectic. I know there's going to be no other way that I'm going to be able to sit down and film this video for you guys. So I just wanted to get it done. Because I know you guys have been waiting. So I'm going to show you guys my ovulation progression line. You guys ask me a lot about how do I know when I'm ovulating? How do I know when the test is positive? And there's a lot of confusion when it comes to reading the test. So let me show you guys. Okay, so I brought my little handy dandy ovulation test book, which is where I keep all of my ovulation tests. So for cycle 3, which is the one that I'm on right now, this is cycle 3. Let me show you guys cycle 2. I'll show you guys the difference in each cycle so that you guys can see the progression lines in both. Okay, so this one. I hope you guys can see that. Okay. So if you guys can see, I started my period on April 10th for this one, and it ended on April 14th. Pretty short period. It wasn't that long. So cycle day 12, that's when I started testing, cycle day 12. And when I say cycle day 12, a lot of you guys don't know what I mean by that. And this just means that when you get your period, the very first day of your period, that counts as cycle day 1. So since it ended on the 14th, okay, 4 days later, that was the 14th would have been cycle day 4. So then from cycle day 4 to cycle day 12, it was for cycle day 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I started testing about a week and a day later. So about 8 days later, 8 days after my last period, that's when I started testing for ovulation. As you can see here, it was on the 21st. And the test was negative. In order for you to have a positive pregnancy test, a positive ovulation test, this line right here, which is the test line, this is the control line, the test line should be the same color and just as dark as the control line, if not darker. That's what you're looking for. So this is negative. Now I have a heart next to this because that is just like my little note of baby dancing, like when we baby danced within the fertile window. So this test was negative. Cycle day 13 was negative. Cycle day 13 in the PM, in the afternoon, was also negative. If you could see right here, it's a little bit darker than these last two, but it's still negative. That's still not a positive. So this is cycle day 13, it's negative. Cycle day 14 in the morning, negative. Okay? Cycle day 15 which is the 24th, negative. Cycle day 16, negative. Cycle day 17, negative. Cycle day 18, negative. Cycle day 18 in the afternoon. Sometimes I would test in the morning and afternoon. I love to do that. I love to test in the morning and afternoon, or morning and evening, better yet. Okay, so this is negative, because that way you don't miss your LA surge, okay? So cycle day 19, negative once again. Cycle day 19 p.m., negative. Cycle day 20th. This is a positive right here, you guys, because the control line is now less dark than this one. The test line is darker than the control line. So this was a positive right here. We baby danced on that day, the day that I got my first positive. Then we baby danced once again. That was in the morning, and then we baby danced once again in the evening, and then I tested again, and the line was even darker. Okay, cycle day 20th, it was even darker. And then baby danced again, cycle day 20th. The test now looks like almost just as a control line, so it looks like it was going down already by this time, but it was still positive. Okay, that was all on the 29th. Then the 30th at 4 in the morning, because I had to use the bathroom at that time and I just decided to take a test, it was still positive. Cycle day 21, positive. Cycle day 20, oh, there's a hair, I don't know why my hair is on there, but cycle day 21, positive. Cycle day 22, still positive. That was in the morning, but by the evening time, it was already negative. Okay, so my LA search for April lasted 2 days. It came up on the 20th. Okay, it came up on the 20th, and it started going down on the 22nd in the evening time. So 20th, 21, 22. Okay, that was for April. And again, I tested again in the evening time later on at 6:30, and once again it was negative. Okay, this is just pregnancy test progression lines, but I stopped. I started using different tests, so I didn't keep track of these after that. But for cycle 3, now this is for this month. This is what I'm currently tracking right now. I started testing on cycle day 15th, since I realized on cycle 2 that I ovulated later on in the day, and just to kind of save ovulation strips, and you know, just so that I wouldn't use up all the ovulation strips, knowing that I ovulate later in the month. So I just started on cycle day 15th this time, just a few days later. It was negative. Cycle day 16, negative. Cycle day 17, negative. Cycle day 18, negative. Cycle day 18, once again, negative. Cycle day 19, negative. And then finally got a positive on cycle day 20 in the morning. However, this time around, I didn't test on cycle day 19 in the evening time. I tested till the 20th in the morning. So I don't know if my LA search actually started this day around the evening time, because my LA search for this cycle only lasted like a few hours. Literally, I think it was only a few hours, or like just a day. So if I got a positive on the 20th, on cycle day 20 in the morning. Then I tested again at 3 p.m. and it was still positive. Then I tested again sorry, I'm confused now. I tested again at 3 p.m. and it was still positive. Then by the next morning already, cycle day 21st, I messed up here, but it was cycle day 20th because it was already the 3rd. Cycle day 21st, sorry, 21. On the 3rd, this is already a negative. Okay, so it doesn't on the camera is not pulling up that negative, but this line is not as strong as this. So the LA search is already fading. It was already going down. So I only had like dark lines that day, that one day, where in comparison to the other cycle in April last month, I had pretty strong lines the first 2 days, and it wasn't until the second day that the lines started fading. So yeah, that's the difference. But I just wanted to show you guys the difference in both, so that you can see that regardless of how long your LA search is, this right here is a negative. This right here is a negative because this line is not darker than this line. So this one right here, if you guys can see, this line is darker than the control line. That is a positive. Okay, so that's for the ovulation progression line. Now, I also wanted to add that on top of that, another way that you could tell that you will know that you're ovulating is by your CM. I talked about this before in my previous videos, but since this is the second cycle that I'm actually tracking, I'm on cycle 3, but that I'm actually tracking, it's like the second cycle. For this cycle, I actually my app was actually right on the spot. I mean, leading up to ovulation, which was ovulation for me was yesterday, and I know this because yesterday was cycle day 20. Yesterday morning was when I got my very first positive on my ovulation test in the morning. By 10 p.m. I was having ovulation cramping. I was on my left side, on my left ovary. Like, I was feeling the ovulation pains. Now, I know that ovulation pains can happen before, during, or after ovulation, so I don't know exactly, can't pinpoint exactly at what time I ovulated, but I know ovulation was occurring sometime last night, or in the middle of the night, or this morning, or whatever, because of the ovulation pains that I was feeling. So it was right on the spot. The ovulation test, the OPKs were right on the spot, were right on it. And I was not home. I'm pretty sure we didn't end up pregnant this month, and we are out this month because I was not home that the few days leading up to ovulation. Like I said, I'm planning my son's birthday party, so I've been going to Paris a lot, to my mom's house, planning things, and it was my brother's birthday, so I ended up spending the night out there. And it's just, we really didn't do much baby dancing leading up to ovulation. We only baby danced on the day of ovulation, the day that I got the positive, which was yesterday, and we baby danced morning and evening, and that's pretty much it. And also, I just want to make sure that I mention why it is important to track your cycles, and why they say that you are more likely to get pregnant if you have been tracking your cycles for at least a minimum of 3 months. And now I understand why, because this is only my second time, and already I was able to see how my body prepares for ovulation. The days leading up to the ovulation cramping that I had, the pain that I had yesterday, leading up to that day, I had the fertile friendly CM for 5 days. No, 4 days. 4 days leading up to that day. So this is why they say your most fertile days in your fertile window is the first 4 to 5 days before ovulation, on ovulation day. And just to be safe, you can also do the day after ovulation. But once you've ovulated, that CM, it's usually gone by then. Like, you don't have that anymore. So the chances are way lower if you baby dance after ovulation. But they're the highest 4 to 5 days before ovulation, the day of ovulation. And I feel like if I would have and I feel like now that I know that, I can go on to cycle 3 if my period comes on time. I was really lucky that my period came on time this cycle, and I give all the credit to the balance pills that I've been taking from ALANI New. If you guys have not heard of these pills, I do have multiple videos talking about them. I did a 2-week update, a 1-month update on them, and this is my 2nd month taking them, and I love them. My period, I had irregular periods before, and this cycle, this month, everything has been spot on. I got my period when I actually got my period a day before the day that it was expected for the first time ever. It did not come after, it didn't come later, it came before. It came a day before it was expected. Ovulation came around the time around the time that the app was that the app estimated that it would come, and everything has been spot on. So now that I know that tracking and making sure that I'm also tracking my cervical, my CM, and all of that, I know I have a lot more information about myself going into cycle 3. So if I can apply what I've learned cycle 1 and cycle 2 to cycle 3, I think that's why your chances are way higher of getting pregnant after the 3rd cycle of trying are higher, because of everything that you already know and how you already know what your body is doing at a certain time. So yeah, I mean, tracking your cycle is very beneficial, and it increases your chances of getting pregnant when you are tracking your cycle correctly, when you are able to pinpoint your window correctly. And that's what all of this is for. It's gonna take trial and error. You're probably gonna have to be tracking your cycle for more than 2 months, more than 3 months, but you will get it. I know a lot of you guys don't get your periods every single month, and the wait might be longer for you guys, but it's the same idea, you know, just tracking your cycle from the first time you get your period to the 2nd period that you get, then to the 3rd. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have for you guys. I hope you guys found this video helpful. I'm overwhelmed with happiness by a lot of you guys' messages that a lot of you guys were confused about these things, and you are now understanding them. I'm so happy that you're finding my videos helpful. This is exactly why I wanted to share this with you, because I was just as lost in the beginning, and I'm still learning, and anything that I learn, I want to make sure I share it with you guys and let you guys know. So okay, that's pretty much it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for sticking around, and thank you guys so much for sticking around for another TTC Thursday, and I will see you guys all on the next one. Don't forget to subscribe. I see you. Yep. Click that button. Bye.